folks, and welcome to Cecil Woolbright Field. Tonight, my name is Hayden Skaggs, and with me is Pearson Wiley. We got a good matchup tonight. Chapin Eagles hosting the Lexington Wildcats. A very interesting game tonight. For a winner, we'll get a playoff berth for the 5A playoffs for SCHSL. So definitely a win would be huge for both Chapin and Lexington. So Pearson, let me ask you, for both teams, what do you see as big players for tonight?
Lexington offensively, I look for Akeem Nicholas, their running back, who has over 700 yards rushing on the year. And defensively, I look at Logan Kripe and Tristan Allen. Kripe has almost 90 tackles on the year, and Allen has 4 picks on the year. And for Chapin offensively, I look for Roger Bedroni. Despite the loss last week to River Bluff, we had some success in the passing game last week. And defensively, I look for James Wells and Sam Greer to lead this defense that's coming off of a struggling performance last week after allowing 346 yards rushing to Braden Walker in River Bluff last week.
So both teams, after taking a devastating loss to Dutch Fork, who is currently #1 in the region, both teams looking to finish third to get that playoff, that third place for the region and get that playoff spot. How do you think tonight's winner is going to need to do that?
Honestly, it's going to depend on which line's stronger tonight. I mean, Chapin's had some injuries at the D-line, and that's going to be huge to see how they respond this week. And Chapin's O-line coming off a little bit of a struggling performance last week against River Bluff. I'm interested to see how they respond.
Thank you very much. And back up to the studio.
Stack, which Chapin does not see regularly. You usually see a 3-4 and 4-3 in defensive schemes in high school. So very intrigued to see how the Chapin O-line blocks against the 3-3-5.
Chapin line in general is going to have some major changes, specifically defense, who've had 3 injuries. That causes some young underclassmen having to step up for tonight. And here comes Roger Pedroni out of the pocket with a keeper, and he's going to get the first down.
Tackled down there by number 45, Dawson Waters for the Wildcats.
But a great run for Pedroni to escape out of there. That left guard and left tackle collapsed, and the Wildcats defensive end was able to easily rip into the backfield, but Pedroni got out of there easily. It's going to be a handoff to Thomas. He's met instantly.
And I'm surprised that one thing early that we're seeing for the first 3 plays for Lexington, they've not gone out 3-3-5. They've actually switched to a 4-3, which most of the week Chapin's been preparing for a 3-3-5, which is a bit interesting to me. Maybe some mind games being played by Lexington.
Yeah, you definitely don't see that, especially in high school ball.
Yeah, usually you have that set scheme that you're going to play defensively every game. So
Pedroni with the snap. It's going to be a pass play. Caught by Thomas, just short of the first down. Brings up 3rd and about 1.
Tackled down there by number 6, Coleman Van Cotrain. and number 41, Logan Kripe, who is one of the best tackling linebackers in the Midlands.
And something interesting here. Now we see, I think it's James Wells and I think and Taylor Lehman out there on the field.
I think it's going to be the hammer look coming in here for the Eagles. They like to run this on 3rd and 4th and short plays because they feel like this is the most comfortable in the short yardage package. So let's see what they do here.
I don't think I've ever seen them run this play. But very effective and a great run. Got to bring up another first down for the Eagles as they enter into Wildcat territory at the Wildcat 40-yard line.
Yep, good run there by Trey Lyles there. Got about a 7-yard gain there. And the hammer offense has been very commonly used for the Eagles in the past. So it's good to see it back out again.
Yeah, I don't think the Wildcats D was ready for that as Wells and all the other people who went out there easily blocked that right side for Lyles. Padroni got plenty of time. Now he's going to scramble. Oh, and he's looking. It's Lyles with 3 people, but the ball's hit the ground. No pass interference call. Great coverage by the Wildcats.
Yeah, pressure there by number 92, Wyatt Hill, for the Wildcats. He was able to get off that right side of the line very quickly, and Petroni was forced out of the pocket and threw a very dangerous pass there, but Lexington was not able to capitalize on it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Ball in the Lexington 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to maybe get a few yards to run it again, but I think he might have said, or he might have thought to himself that he could get it to Lyles, but luckily the ball didn't end up in Lexington hands for the Eagles. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Thomas is going to try and hurdle over a defender. Yeah, it's going to be for a short gain, however.
It looked like Thomas was trying to make a jump cut there, and he was tackled down about the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Chapin. An interesting thing to watch out for tonight for Chapin on 3rd down is that we've not seen many field goal kicks taken this year by the Eagles, and that was a key issue, I think, last week against River Bluffs, that they could have kicked a couple times in that ball game a lot earlier, get some early points, but decided to go for it, and it kind of shot the Eagles right in the foot last week.
Oh, and a quick pressure. Padroni's going to try and run for it.
He's got it.
And he's got the speed, and look at that. That quick agility by Padroni easily gets the first down and a little more.
Yep. Easily forced out there by Levi Gulasa for the Wildcats, but it'll be another Chapin first down to the 27-yard line, a 10-yard scramble there by Padroni. And again, that's the thing that makes Roger Padroni such a good quarterback at this level, his ability to run the ball whenever he's pressured.
So going to bring up first down now, and I believe about the Wildcat 28-yard line. It's going to be a motion from Lyles. Padroni's going to take the snap. Oh, it's a fumble on the play. And I think, let's see who has it. Oh, Padroni comes up with it, luckily. I thought I saw number 92 on the Wildcats, Wyatt Hill. I thought for sure that he might have fallen on that.
Yeah, a lucky break called there for Chapin as Padroni fell right on the ball, but almost a costly mistake early in this ball game on a good Chapin drive so far.
That's going to definitely hurt the Eagles, though. They're looking at a long about 2nd and 15.
And I don't know if you noticed it, but now you see Lexington's kind of switching their fronts around a lot. They went.
Yeah. Oh, and a great defensive play.
Yep, sack there for the Wildcats. Number 5, David Cromer, and number 45, Dawson Waters there with the sack for the Wildcats.
And now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Eagles.
David Cromer, another one of these standout defenders to highlight for the Wildcats, as he was nominated for first team All-Midlands by SC Varsity so far midway through the year.
So 3rd and long. Padroni's probably going to look to airball it. Flag down, probably going to be holding it. He's going to look to run, and it's caught by Lyles.
But I think this one's going to come back for the Eagles, though, which is a huge.
Yep, he's going to be holding on the Eagles.
Yeah, it looks like it was a hold off that right side of the line. Do not know which O-lineman it is, but I know Coach Thomas is not going to be happy on that Eagles sideline with the hold.
And that was definitely going to hurt the Eagles now, looking at 3rd and even longer. I can't believe this is probably the biggest 3rd down conversion I've ever seen.
As Pat Summerall used to say, this is 3rd and a country mile. I think it's 3rd and 40 coming up here for the Eagles.
Let's see. Yeah, about 40 yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 40.
Good Lord.
Let's see what Chapin does here. Man.
It's got to be a Hail Mary. And they're going to try and run it. It's going to be Thomas, who gets a decent carry, about 20 yards, but that's 20 yards less until they needed to get that first down. So
Yeah, I think it was about 13-yard. It was a 13-yard pass there from Padroni to Thomas, and it'll now be 4th and 27 come up here, and you see Alex Nelson and the punt crew coming on here. Alex Nelson actually first in the Midlands in punt yards per average on the year, and is averaging 41.5 yards per punt, and is second in the Midlands for punts on the year behind Lexington's Tristan Allen, actually.
that's pretty interesting if you're looking for college-wise. If Nelson is ever considering playing for college, it's definitely one thing to put on your resume. And it's going to be a return brought down immediately. I believe that was number 5, David Cromer on the return.
Yeah, tackled down there by number 14, Connor Lehman, and another Eagle. I did not see the number at the time, but quick coverage there. It looked like about a 35-yard punt, 3-yard return for the Wildcats. They'll be 1st and 10, ball on their own 13.5-yard line.
So overall, not so bad for the Eagles offense, besides that huge 3rd down conversion they needed, but came up very short.
Yep.
But however, a good punt by Alex Nelson brings the Wildcats to their own 13. Let's see how they return after Chapin's drive. It looks like it might be an option play, but it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And they're trying to strip the ball, but taken down for about a gain of about 2 yards.
Yep, and the quarterback that we need to highlight tonight for Lexington is number 4, Cal Herndon, who is a very talented quarterback. He's only a sophomore. He's got good arm strength. He's able to scramble very well out of the pocket. Also look out for his running back partner, Akeem Nicholas, who has over 700 yards rushing on the year for the Wildcats.
He's going to take the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Read easily. Justin Gooding for the Eagles led that tackle.
Yeah, host of Eagles there. Gooding was the one to lead it, and Nicholas stopped on his first carry of the night.
And that's definitely one of the players that we said earlier, one of the players for Lexington to watch out for tonight.
Eagle fans on your feet.
Yeah, loss looks like about 1 on the play. And the other issue for Lexington this year has been their offense. They've struggled at times to put up points. They're known as a defensive team, but...
Oh, and we got a flag on the play. I think it might be offsides. Might be offsides on the Eagles. Let's see. Yep.
Encroachment on the play there for the Eagles. It looked like it was one of the cornerbacks on the side.
Yeah, number 30 right there. I think that's Noah Rankin.
Number 30 for the Eagles? Yes, I think that is Noah Rankin, if I'm not 100%.
Noah Rankin's, this is a first night starting tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Chapin, they've been really hit by the injury bug this year. I mean, we talked about D-line's very new. Most of his defense is...
And stopped immediately. Great defense by the Eagles tonight.
And on the tackle there, Sam Greer, who had a big week last week against River Bluff with the first pick 6 of the year for the Eagles. And I think it was the first one since 2016. If I remember correctly, Chandler Johnson had one 2016 for the Eagles.
And it looks like they're going to set up the punt squad. We got Trey Lyles and Gio Macaluso in the back to return it for the Eagles.
Tristan Allen on the punt for Lexington.
And a decent boot there. Going to go about to the Justin Eagles territory. Trey Lyles is going to recover it, tackle down. They're going to call him down a forward movement about 43-yard line in the Eagles territory.
And Chapin will start in very good field position. And a key I wanted to talk about tonight for Chapin is that it was going to be intriguing to watch how their run D responds after last week Braden Walker kind of gashed this Eagles defense and ran for over almost 350 yards on the ground last week. I mean, Braden Walker is probably, him and Amare Wilmore for Newberry, probably the 2 best running backs in the Midlands. So
I definitely would agree with you there. Oh, and a little slip there by Thomas, and he's going to get suplexed down. That's going to bring him second at about 7. A decent gain. Thomas almost missed the ball there as he slipped on that curl.
Second down, 7.
The thing, though, for Chapin, you want to get yards on first down because you want to make sure third down is, if you have to get a third down, you want third and manageable always. So
not a 3rd and 40.
Yeah, not a 3rd and 40. We've already had one of those tonight. Let's not have another one.
And it's going to be a bootleg to the right. Padroni's going to look to airball it. Oh, almost caught. Jason Graves, the intended receiver, tried a one-hand snag that, but just bobbled out and probably would have been ruled incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down.
But a great design play there for the Eagles, but it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Padroni just overthrows Graves right there, and if Graves would have caught that, that may have gone down as one of the best catches of the year. I mean, Jason Graves, a senior, who's had a very good career here at Chapin. Tied for first on the team with Jalen Thomas in touchdown receptions.
It's going to be, looks like the same play design, except Padroni's going to keep it. Oh, threw a pump fake there. And it's going to bring up 4th down for the Eagles. It's going to be another punt. So not too productive for night. Excuse me, not too productive tonight for both offenses. You know, Chapin got to about the Lexington's 20-yard line before going all the way back to their 40-yard line with then a punt, and Lexington easily stuffed on their run game and then having a punt, and now Chapin with another 3 and out. And here comes Nelson with the punt.
And I thought coming to the ball game we might have a defensive struggle on our hands.
And they're going to try and get it. A great punt by Nelson.
There's a reason why Alex Nelson is known as one of the best punters in the Midlands. About a 50-yard boot there. And now it's going to be down to the 5-yard line. And that's going to be the game that Chapin's got to play tonight. If their offense struggles at times, if they can keep good field position tonight, I feel confident that Chapin can win this ball game.
It's definitely going to be one thing you want if you're looking at Chapin, who I think their main thing is they need to look on possession time, because if you have the ball for a long time, you can't. Other team can't get a lot of time to work on it. And the main thing is also field advantage. I mean, it's a good thing they got Alex Nelson, and also, oh, we got a flag on the play.
I think it's a false start going to be on Lexington here.
Oh, that's not going to be good. It's going to be half distance of the goal if it is. Already bad field position for him.
Yep, it'll be a legal substitution on the Wildcats, but still they'll be stopped at the 2.5-yard line. So first and about 13 coming up here for the Wildcats, ball on their own 2.5-yard line.
So if you aren't aware about tonight's theme here in the Wingman student section is America Night, but it's also a military appreciation night. And you definitely will be seeing throughout tonight's broadcast many shout outs to all of our veterans and military personnel who constantly serve not just Chapin alum but throughout the whole United States. So we'd like to thank you for your service. And I believe there's going to be a presentation at halftime.
Yes, there will be a presentation at halftime. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 6-yard line. Let's see if they can get this run game going. I mean, that's the thing that Lexington breads themselves on, is they're not a passing offense usually. They're mostly just run first.
And it's going to be another sweep and easily met up. Chapin's defense doing great on this run game, taking down the running back easily.
Yeah, but Keem Nicholas tackled down there about the 6-yard line. 3 Eagles there on tackle. It looked like it was Seth Kirby, James Wells, and Taylor Lehman there. And that'll be 3rd down coming up here for Lexington. They actually lost a yard of the play, so 3rd and 10 from their own 5.
This is definitely going to be huge for Lexington. They need to convert if they want to keep this drive going.
Herndon back at quarterback.
Oh, and they got him. That's going to be it's going to be an offsides on the Eagles.
And again, we got to talk about the inexperience for this Chapin D-line. Seth Kirby, in his first game this year playing D-line, he started at tight end all year up till this week, and then they decided to switch him over to D-line because due to the lack of depth.
Yeah, Garrett Height, Connor Law, and Jacob Drag all out for tonight due to injuries. Definitely huge for Chapin's D-line, but right now they've seemed to be putting in a lot of effort, and it's paying off defensively for Chapin as they stopped Lexington's run game. But now it's going to be 3rd and 5. They're going to try a screen pass, and it's going to be caught, and he spins a tackle. Great play, and I think that's going to be a 1st down. Yes, it is.
Yep, caught there by number 88, William Crouch. A good little screen pass thrown there by Cal Herndon, and it'll be a 1st down for the Wildcats. Ball around the 20-yard line.
So you know they definitely they risked that play where they delayed the snap, and it paid off for him. Get a nice screenplay. Jake Watson in there. A great play defensively. Jake Watson tonight definitely having to step up big for all the other seniors who aren't there tonight on the field.
Yep, on tackle there, Justin Gooding, Jake Watson were there on the tackle for the Eagles. Also, number 44, Dylan King there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down coming up here. And so far, Lexington has struggled to run the ball tonight against this Eagles defense, which is huge. I mean, talk about the struggles last week it had. It looks like a whole new team running the football.
And Cal Herndon's got to take it. He's got speed, and he's going, and he's got room to run. And a first down, Lexington.
Number 4.
Yeah, and then as soon as I say something about how well the Eagles' run D has played so far tonight, there's Cal Herndon to prove me wrong.
Wildcat first down.
Great run there by Herndon.
10 to 37.
Brings up another first down for Lexington. They're starting to gain some momentum now. Starting from the 5-yard line now, they're almost in Eagle territory.
Yeah, good. So far, good drive. I mean, they had to get out from deep in their own territory, but good drive. Cal Herndon's made most of the big plays on this drive.
Get the screen, and he's got room to run. Oh, man. And it's brought down by, I believe, Olajuwon Wilson.
Pass is complete, number 88. William Crouch.
William Crouch there on the catch.
I don't know why Crouch turned back in. I think if he stayed right, he honestly could have gotten all the way to the end zone, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was trying to make a cutback to get back to the outside, but he had 2 men around him, so he was going to cut back into one of them either way.
Oh, Herndon stopped. Great run by this. Oh, and there's a flag there for the holding.
That's going to be a block in the back, but it won't matter. Big loss coming up here for Lexington. Yeah, number 51 for the Wildcats. Devin Dooley there on the block in the back, but won't probably be declined anyway. 2nd and 19 coming up here. Great job there by the Chapin defense reading the read option there. Yep, and the call is declined there. Good call by Coach Gentry, and that'll be 2nd and 18 coming up here.
Bring the second down, 17.
So it's not no 3rd and 40, but it's definitely 2nd and long for the Wildcats tonight.
And now we'll see if Lexington will try and throw the ball right now.
I believe they might try to run it, or they could maybe try to give it to Akeem Nichols and see if he can maybe pick up some yards.
Yeah, let's see if they hand off here to Nicholas, or maybe they keep going to number 88, William Crouch in the passing game.
And there's a man wide open. Oh, and just overthrown. Great coverage, though. No pass interference called.
Yep, was looking at number 1, Brandon. He's looking at number 1, Bradley Fultz there on the play, and now be 3rd and 18 coming up here for the Wildcats. And the thing that Lexington is forced into is going into 3rd and long early is that they're not a pass-first offense. They're a run-first offense. So definitely going to be a change of personnel, change of what you want to decide here, especially on 3rd and 18, because that's almost pass-only scenario. So
see what they got here. Herndon's got 3 to his left, and he's going to roll left. He looks like it's going to be overthrown. I think it was intended for number 2, Nathan Baxley.
Bring the 4th down.
Yep, just overthrew him, and good coverage there by the Eagles downfield to make sure that Herndon had to throw it away there. And it'll be 4th and 18, and here on to punt for Lexington is Tristan Allen. And back deep for the Eagles is number 7, Trey Lyles, and number 19, Giovanni Macaluso.
So still pretty, not too many big plays here tonight for both offenses. Has no points, and there's also there is a flag down.
Flag on the play.
I would assume this might be on Chapin since it's on their side of the field. So let's see what this call is.
Let's see what the call is.
It's going to be holding against the Eagles on the return. So now Chapin will be forced back deep in their own territory here. Sorry, blocking the back, actually. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Chapin, ball in their own 12-yard line.
We got 29 seconds left on the game clock for the first quarter. Still 0-0. See what Chapin can come up with. Maybe something here within these last 30 seconds.
You see a double motion there by Jacob Dixon and Trey Lyles for the Eagles. And Thomas is blown up after a loss of 2 on the play. Looks like a pair of Wildcats there on the tackle. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Be 2nd and 11 actually. Only got. Oh, sorry, Cooper Evans is on the run there for the Eagles.
I think they might run out the clock here as we hit 5 seconds. Nope, they're going to get a playoff. And almost intercepted off the back. No, but it hit the ground.
Great coverage downfield there for Lexington. Logan Kripe was there on the breakup. And that'll be the end of our first quarter here at Cecil Woolbright. So far, a defensive standoff here in Chapin. I kind of figured this might turn into a defensive matchup tonight.
Definitely has proven so. Chapin showing off strong defensively on the ball despite losing their top 3 linemen. Again, Garrett Height, Connor Law, and Jacob Drag. But still, yet they managed to hold Lexington to very few yards. And also in Lexington, as you saw in that last play intended for Jalen Thomas, almost got an interception off of Padroni. So it seems like both defenses are going to have to overwhelm the offense to mainly close out this game, as we've got through 1 quarter, but we still got 3 more to go. So far, your score, Chapin 0, Lexington 0, as we are soon to begin this second quarter.
And the thing that I think this matchup's kind of reminded me of so far are those old LSU-Alabama matchups from the early 2010s where it was just defensive standoffs all game.
Very low scores. You know, when like 7-6 or something like that. It's 9-6.
Yeah, the modern fans do not like those games. They're not.
Yeah.
Us as modern fans, we're not the most defensive fans of defense, but I mean, this is what I think it's going to turn out to be tonight. I think.
But you can't forget the famous quote: "Offense wins ball games, defense wins championships."
I was about to say, as soon as you said offense wins ball games, I was thinking defense wins championships. So I mean, this game is so big for so many reasons. Whoever wins this ball game will guarantee themselves a playoff berth, and whoever loses will have to hope for an at-large bid. And the huge thing is for both of these schools, they both have a tiebreaker on White Knoll, who's playing River Bluff right now. And with the River Bluff loss, whoever wins this ball game will be up to second in the region.
That's definitely going to be huge if you're looking at maybe potentially having a home playoff game. And I think Chapin, that would also be huge, you know, with their 5A debut this year. Having a home playoff game in 5A would definitely show some potential for the future and the growth of Chapin in athletics.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, no one's expected Chapin to be actually a contender really in this region all year. I mean, people like Jim Baxter, FC Varsity, were kind of knocking down us all year, but so far, I mean, we've proven that we can win a region game, contrary to what Jim Baxter said at FC Varsity.
That comeback win against White Knoll was huge for Chapin to.
And a booming punt there by Nelson. That's going to get a Chapin roll, too. Wow. What a punt.
Great boot by Nelson. 25-yard line.
And that was about, I think that was a 58-yard punt there for Alex Nelson. And there's the reason why he's #1 in the Midlands for yards per punt. I mean, when he punts at 58 yards, I mean.
So here comes the Wildcats offense. See what they can bring up here to the table.
Yeah, so far both offenses have struggled in this ball game, and I mean, as I said, we kind of knew going into the game defense was the strength of both of these sides. But I mean, I've been impressed so far with this, like, really patchworked D line. I have to say for Chapin. I mean, a bunch of guys who really haven't played much this year on the D line, besides Justin Gooding and Kaim Christie.
Yeah, on the play there. It was Cal Herndon on the keeper. Looked like it might have been an option play, but he kept it. It's going to gain of 0. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, great overall defense there by the Eagles. And that'll be 2nd and 10 coming up here with Lexington on their own 25-yard line.
See, they might go with a sweep maybe, or might go with a screen play.
And Keem Nicholas out right now for Lexington.
And they're going to go with a screen. And a good cut there. Oh, sheds 2 tackles, a flag
Yeah, that's
down.
going to come back for a block in the back. There was a blocking back there on the side. Yeah, someone blindsided Connor Lehman here from behind, so that one's going to be a loss actually on the play. He threw it there again. It seems that number 88, William Crouch, is the favored target here for Cal Herndon.
I think he's got all of their receptions so far.
Yeah, I think he has every catch. I mean, Crouch is a senior. He is the veteran of this wide receiver core for Lexington. And, yeah, blocking the back there. And now it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Wildcats.
That's one thing I think they've definitely struggled with. I think this is their 2nd or 3rd time tonight where they've had huge losses on down.
Due to a penalty,
yeah, due to penalties. Not even Oh, and almost intercepted there.
Pass intended for
Great
number
coverage.
Yep.
Intended for number 2, Nathan Baxley.
2. Brings up third down.
3rd and 15 coming here for Lexington. This Chapin defense so far tonight has been very good on 3rd down. They've been able to apply pressure to Cal Herndon and force him into some problems
Fans on
on
your feet.
3rd down. And as we said, Lexington's not a pass-first offense, so when they get in the 3rd and long, it's going to be tough for them. So yeah, Herndon at quarterback. He's in the shotgun with 4 wideouts, 1 running back.
So they might call an audible here.
And might be looking to see if Chapin's going to blitz up here. Looks like Wells and Watson maybe looking to blitz. And there's Jake Watson.
And it's going to be a pass. Caught out of bounds. Oh, dropped anyways. Great coverage by Taylor Lehman.
Yeah, Lehman was made sure to keep his head turned back, make sure he could watch where the ball was going, and hit him as soon as he had it in his hands. Good coverage there by Taylor Lehman. Also, the huge thing, forcing the outside, so there's no room for that Lexington wide receiver to work with.
Didn't really have too much to make a catch.
And he tried, and it looked. Herndon tried to find Elliot Herndon. We do not know if that is a relation at all, but I would assume so.
And caught for Chapin. Ooh. A little chippy bring down there for Lyles, but
Great field position.
Great field position. And it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Eagles at, I believe, the 45-yard line in Wildcat territory.
Yep, good start for this Chapin drive, and they just got to get some yards here offensively. They got to figure out what they need to call offensively to get some yards, put some points on the board here.
I definitely would suggest maybe going with a few pass plays here, as it looks like Lexington has definitely been pressuring up Padroni.
Yeah, maybe a few screens, a little quick pass game.
If Padroni can get the ball out fast enough. Oh, and he breaks a few tackles there.
Yep.
Finds a tunnel and gets a good gain, about 2nd and 2 now, a gain of 8.
Yep, Levi Galassa there on the tackle for the Wildcats. It'll be 2nd and 2 ball on about the 37, 38-yard line here for the Eagles. Good run there by Padroni. I mean, that's the thing with Padroni, such a great scrambler, that he's able to get out and make some yards out of broken plays.
Padroni with the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Thomas. Thomas looks to and he tries to hurdle again over another defender.
Yep.
Lands, but he gets the 1st down.
Tackled down there by number 10, Owen Coffer of the Wildcats, but it'll be another Chapin 1st down as they are down to the 31.5-yard line. Good run play there by Padroni to Thomas.
Padroni with the snap. He's got plenty of time. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking for a man. Oh, wide open. Oh, and never mind. Swatted away. Great defense. Number 10, Owen Kofer for the Wildcats. Knocks that ball away.
Yeah, he was looking, looks like for number 9, looks like he was looking for Giovanni Macaluso there on the play.
He was wide open, but Kofer came out of nowhere and just swatted it.
Yeah, Kofer looked like he was playing a deep safety role right there, and he was just able to read the play very well. And despite it looked like it was going to be a very good pass to Macaluso, just batted down. And 2nd and 10 now coming up here for the Eagles. Ball on the 31.5-yard line. Lyles in motion, and Thomas also in motion here.
And it's going to be a handoff to Thomas, and he's going to run through the middle easily, spin off, maybe get a few more. And looks like he's going to get the 1st down, and they're moving the chains.
Great run there by Tyson Thomas as Chapin gets into the red zone for the first time tonight. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the 20-yard line. Good run there by Tyson Thomas. And Chapin finally showing some offensive life here in this ball game.
Some big plays made here by Thomas. And almost Macaluso. That would have been probably a touchdown.
You see stacks on both sides for the Chapin wide receivers, and it's going to be a run.
Good pocket by the offensive line, but Padroni kind of stumbles there. Doesn't get too big of a gain.
Yeah,
great pocket made there by the line.
Yeah, he's tripped up there right at the line, but tackled down there by Luke O'Brien for the Wildcats, and now it'll be 2nd and 6 coming for Chapin. Ball in there, ball in the Wildcat 16-yard line, and a good drive for Chapin so far.
I definitely think they can definitely get in field goal range for Alex Nelson to put up 3 points if they need to.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Nelson's a great kicker. We know he's got the leg.
Thomas going to run through a player, runs through more, and he's still trying to barrel through, then eventually gets put down. But they're going to call him down with forward movement. Bring up 3rd and short, about 3rd and I think about 3. So this would be huge for Chapin if they can convert on 3rd down. and get in the 10-yard line with a first and goal.
Yeah, there are a host of Wildcats there on the play. I think Owen Kofer was the first one. David Cromer was also there on the tackle for the Wildcats, but third and short here for the Eagles, and huge opportunity to score a touchdown here and take the lead in this ball game early. And that's the thing with Chapin, they've struggled at times to get out to early leads, so it'll be huge if they can start out with one tonight.
And a great run by Lyles, but however, I think that's going to come back on the Eagles as a flag was thrown.
Yeah, we do not know what the call is, but this could be against the Eagles, so it's maybe coming back a bit, and that's going to annoy the Chapin coaching staff. It is a penalty against the Eagles.
Definitely a lot of flags thrown early so far, definitely, and mainly I would say it's been either holding or blocking the back on both teams.
We expected this game to be very physical from the start, and that's what turned out to be. A lot of physical. We see a lot of hits taken in this ball game. We see a good bit of penalties against both lines so far in this ball game. Now it'll be 3rd and 12 coming up here for the Eagles. Ball on the 22-yard line with 7:37 left to go here in the second quarter. Chapin looking to score here on this drive.
Padroni's going to roll to his right. It's a blitz from the Wildcats. He's going to look at Lyles. Lyles tries to get a gain, but not enough to get a first down.
Levi Galasso, a name that we've been calling a lot tonight for the Wildcats, on with another tackle. And it'll be a field goal attempt coming up here for the Eagles.
This will be a missed field goal attempt by number 6, Alex Nelson.
So yeah, Alex Nelson on the attempt. Looks like about a 35, 36-yard kick coming up here for the Eagles. Alex Nelson, a very good field goal kicker. Let's see if he can take advantage of this kick right here for the Eagles. On the hold is number 56, Gage Lapina.
The kick is up, and it's good. Chapin takes the lead 3-0.
Good kick there by Alex Nelson. It'll be a field.
And we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulty there, but we're now back. Chapin with a 3-0 lead over the Lexington Wildcats here with 7:22 to go in the second quarter here tonight at Cecil Woolbright Field. If you're just joining us tonight, my name is Hayden Skaggs.
And I'm Pearson Wiley here in the booth, and Alex Nelson here to make the kickoff here for the Eagles. Alex Nelson with quite a few touchbacks on the year for Chapin, so let's see what the Eagles try to call here.
I don't know what's going on. The refs blew the whistle.
Stoppage here by the ref.
But I think now we're good now, and here comes Nelson with the boot. And caught by the Wildcats.
Looked like it was number 5, David Cromer there on the return, and
a decent return, going to be about the 25-yard line.
Yep, tackle down there around the 25-yard line. Looked like about a 20-yard return there for. Sorry, Sorry, it was not actually.
It was number 6.
Number 6, Coleman Van Cotrin.
Coleman Van Cotrin. Lexington takes over 1st and 10. 25-yard line.
Yep, 1st and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats. Ball in their 25-yard line. And Chapin finally break through in this defensive standoff so far with a field goal on that drive. And that was huge for Chapin to get the early lead in this game.
Going to be a handoff up the middle and met immediately by the line. Great play, tackled down by Sam Greer. Number 30 on the carry there, Taylor Mathias, who's currently in for Akeem Nicholas. I don't know if Akeem went to the trainer or I don't know where he went, but he has not been in the game since the first quarter.
And that's the thing, Akeem Nicholas has faced the injury bug a lot this year, actually. He did not play a couple weeks ago against Whitenoll, and still on the year he's up near the tops of the Midlands in rushing.
Herndon with the snap. It's going to be another handoff to Mathias. Mathias met immediately by the Eagles. However, it's going to be a small gain. I think it's going to bring a 3rd down and about 5.
Taylor Matthias.
Correction, 3rd and 4 now.
Tackle number 88.
Not bad for
Kirby. Third down, 5.
run up the middle against a Chapin defense like this.
And I've liked how Chapin's defense so far has responded tonight after facing the criticism last week of struggling to stop Braden Walker last week of River Bluff. Yep, 3rd and 4 coming here for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 31-yard line.
Snap taken by Herndon. He's going to look long and overthrown. Great coverage there by the Eagles. No pass interference. That was number 88. Again, William Crouch, the intended receiver, just overthrown by Herndon. Going to bring up the punt squad now for Lexington.
Yep, good coverage there by the Eagles, and that'll be a punt coming on here for the Wildcats.
I don't think this is the... I don't know if that's the original punter we have.
Yep,
Oh, number 22, Tristan Allen. Never mind, it is. I thought I saw a different number there, but punt by Tristan Allen and a fair catch for the Eagles at the 35-yard line. I believe that was caught by Trey Lyles. Going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Eagles now.
Yep, 1st and 10 coming up here for Chapin. Ball on their own 35-yard line.
So a decent drive last time by Chapin as they strike first here tonight, putting up a field goal by Alex Nelson. And now they're going to make some offensive line substitutions, putting on Hunter Deaton and John Michael Jenny on the left guard and tackle.
Yeah, I think they're making sure they got the call right there from Coach Thomas, and it'll be 1st and 10 coming up here.
It looked like a screen pass. Maybe, nope. Petroni's going to have to run it again. And he's got the speed. Would you look at that? I want to wonder what his 40-yard dash looks like.
I mean, he was easily able to get out there. I mean, he had plenty of time in the pocket. It was a good hole created by that O-line to make that he could run through as well.
It looks like we got an injured Wildcat on the field, so looks like there might be a timeout taken, injury timeout by the refs here.
And now we will go to an interview that I had earlier tonight with Coach Thomas. With Coach Thomas, the O-line coach for the Chapin Eagles. Coach, how has the offense progressed in comparison to last week's game against River Bluff?
Well, like we always do, we come in and watch film, see what things we need to work on, make sure that we're healthy, make sure that we have the right guys in the right spot, see how they're playing us this coming week, make adjustments as need be. Our kids always come to work. You know, you're part of us. You're part of the family. You know, we come in and do the same thing every day and focus on fundamentals. So we're ready to do what we got to do.
Yes, sir. How is this O-line prepared for this Lexington defense that's been really solid all year?
They are a good team. They do something a little different. Up front, they look a little bit like Dutch Fork in the way they move and stuff like that, but they've got some really good linebackers. It's sort of a different defensive set. We've had to adjust some things like we do every week, but they play good football, and we've got to play our best to match up for sure.
And with you being a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, what type of, since tonight's Military Appreciation Night, what military values have you made sure to put onto your players for their future life past high school football?
Well, listen, for me personally, since I played football, I always have been looking for sort of the team thing. The military gave me that. Back in teaching and coaching after that, it's sort of the same thing. It's all about teamwork. Do your job. Trust your buddy to do his job. Make no nice guy errors. You know what that is. Don't be concerned so much with helping somebody else do their thing. Let them do what they're supposed to do. You do your job, and everything will be fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you for everything, Coach Thomas.
Galliana Automotive, Galliana Jeep Chrysler and Kia, a proud supporter of Chapin Athletics. Medical Services of America is your total home health care provider, serving patients in their homes since 1970. Home, health, hospice services, medical equipment, and pharmaceuticals. USA is proud to serve Headed to your favorite college campus areas. Make sure you visit your farm boys or your tailgate meetings. Drive to the center at 8:30 a.m. for all your tailgating needs. Ameris Bank. In the need of banking, financing, or mortgage solutions? Visit Ameris Bank, a southeastern bank dedicated to the financial security and peace of mind for their customers. In the market for a new used car, visit Stokes Trader Ford. Stokes Trader, our commitment doesn't end when you buy, it begins. Generation Senior Care, assisted living, and in-home care for the older adult. Generations is the trusted name in senior care, with facilities in Chapin, Irmo, and Batesburg, Legion. Visit us online at www.scgenerations.com. Midlands Neurological. Midlands Neurological has been serving Columbia.
And we are back here at the start, about to be the start of our second half here. Lexington up 7-3 on the Chapin Eagles. And overall in that first half, a very defensive game. I'll say maybe it's probably treading towards the way of more sloppy, I would say, more than a lot of mistakes made by both sides. A lot of penalties in that first half.
Yeah, definitely a lot of penalties has caused both teams huge backtracks. As earlier, Chapin tried to go for 7. Then they had a holding call against them that brought them to 3rd and 12. And they couldn't convert, so they went with the Alex Nelson field goal. But later, interception by Roger Padroni on the first play after getting a turnover on downs led to a Lexington quick drive to put up 7 to take the lead right before halftime commenced.
I mean, yeah, so far, and here's our first half stats. Chapin had 99 yards that first half off of 30 plays. Lexington had it 95 yards off of 31 plays. So Chapin just slightly going over Lexington in yards per play right now, but that's definitely not translated to the score right now in this ball game. First half stats for quarterbacks. Padroni is 6 for 11 for 28 yards passing with 1 interception. Cal Herndon for Lexington is 4 of 12 with 42 yards passing and a touchdown so far in this ball game. And here's the other thing. Combined between both teams, 9 penalties for 70 yards total. Penalty yardage.
Wow. And here comes the kick from Alex Nelson. And now here we're going to have some special commentators join on the stream and give you, as we'll sit back and let our special guests take the floor.
On the carry, number 28, King Nicholas. On the tackle, number 14, Connor Lehman. Wildcat first down, 1st and 10, 32.
And now we're back into the game here. Quick drive here for Lexington. Pretty good drive for starting off the second half as they're quickly getting into the red zone. And now I'd like to introduce a special guest here with me tonight. If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Sure, man. Hey, Hayden, thank you very much. I'm Nathan Ballantyne. I'm one of the 2 representatives out here in the community. My desk mate at the State House is over there.
Yes, sir. In fact, this is Chip Huggins on the other end. I'm thankful to be here with my desk mate. Hayden, we thank you for letting us be on here tonight.
No problem. Thanks for coming out.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think? What do you think of when you think of school program like this? Would you pay big attention to it, or would you just pass by it?
Yeah, no, Hayden, what's incredible is one of the things I do every Friday on Twitter and Facebook is I'll put a community update. So I'll list the scores and everything. And when I'm not here at the games, I follow y'all. And so that's what I think is so cool. I know it's the first chance I've had to meet you, but I know Asa McMeekin and some other guys. This is incredible. And y'all had a big-time guy who does this for a living there for Sunday Night Football come in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my cousin, John Howard. I wanted to give a shout-out to him.
Yeah, we've definitely had some success with careers, and this is definitely, obviously, a career in the making for either Pearson or me if one of us wanted to continue this way. And I definitely thought of this as maybe a vocation, if maybe further in college get a degree in communications and see if I can make that into a career.
Like journalism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think this is a pretty fun job.
Yeah. Well, it looks. I can't believe all the stuff. Chip, I don't mean to.
No,
talk.
man,
Look at all this.
this
We
is
didn't have
great.
this back when we were in high school, did we?
I am in awe. So this is great.
It's definitely a blessing to have all this equipment and stuff and all the people helping making this possible.
Yeah.
Just to think from 2012 when Mr. Bill Wolf, who started all this, just fit it through a tube and recorded baseball, would turn into a huge production now.
I mean, it's like the rest is history.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. In fact, we're just impressed with everything and certainly proud of everything that you've done here, Hayden, and certainly Mr. Wolf.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, it's a great game.
So I hope we can hold them here. They scored right before the half. That was a little disappointing, but
it was a definitely. I definitely thought Chapin would go with the run game, but Padroni with the pass would get intercepted by number 22 Tristan Allen, then go to Lexington drive, which punched it in for 6, and then an extra point as well.
look, that was a big stop there on 4th down. Chapin defense coming up strong.
It was huge.
It's a big crowd tonight here for is it military appreciation? Is that?
Yes, tonight Chapin every year has military appreciation night, and it's just I think it's honestly one of the best traditions we have out here. And my dad, who's probably the biggest military guy I know, he actually drove 10 hours today from Pennsylvania to come down just to see this and also see the family, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hayden, I'd tell you it's impressive. I've been coming for I don't know how many years now, and this was probably the best one yet. I mean, they get better and better, and that's just a tribute to what is going on here at Chapin.
Yeah, now, and what is it? Is Stephanie Huckabee? Miss Huckabee's your advisor?
Yeah, Miss Huckabee is our sponsor this year.
Yeah, great. We and she's a great lady. We went to college together, so always happy to see friends and family do so well. And what y'all have going on right here is just one more thing for Representative Huggins and I to be have pride in 5 is what we say when we're down at the State House bragging on you guys.
Well, we were proud to hear about the Nike #1 cheer group. That's huge. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just every year you see Chapin grow bigger and bigger with all these. You got the student section award, you've got the cheerleading award, like all the athletic 50s over 50 state titles.
Wow. Me and Representative Ballantyne have a hard time keeping up. We've been working on some signs out there on the highway that hopefully are coming, but it may be changed by the time we get them done.
Yeah, we used to joke with Dr. Ross, Akil Ross, former principal here. We said you're at the State House more than some of our colleagues are because he's always down there with a championship program. And Chip and I like to always tell everybody you can't spell champion without Chapin. So yeah,
that's what on that poster over there in the baseball stadium.
Oh, there we go.
He got has champion, but all the Chapin letters are in blue there, and the word champion.
As they should be.
Yeah.
I think they copied Representative Ballantyne on that.
I should have got a trademark for that.
It's interesting. I've been in the House for 18 years, and I've been fortunate enough to serve with him his time in the House. And every time he gets the opportunity, he's always brought that up. And I'm going to go check and see who came up with that idea.
First came up with that. Hey, speaking of that, hold on, let's watch this punt return. That covered well.
Good fair catch there by the Eagles.
They're going to start with, that's the 42-yard line. So it's halfway through the third. Home team down 7-3. We got to get the offense going, but the defense seems to be clicking tonight.
I think Chapin honestly has had, despite the loss of all their linemen, Connor Law, Jacob Drag, and Garrett Hyde, all due to injury, all the replacements on the depth chart, they've honestly held up pretty well for tonight.
Yeah,
You've got some big underclassmen like Dylan King, Sam Greer, who's grown tremendously throughout the year ever since he started. And honestly, tonight, like, look right there, a run up the middle just stopped.
Oh, I mean, nowhere.
It's just next man up,
Yeah.
which is what a program is built on. And, being the first year in 5A, everybody was a little bit nervous about how is Chapin going to stack up, and I think we've done pretty well this year.
I mean, this is indicative of it right here. I mean, you look at this 7-3, midway into the third quarter. I mean, that's pretty doggone strong.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. You've got some games you got some heartbreak games like AC Floor. You got some games like Dutch Fork. But honestly, I think they know how important this game is. Because if they win, they get a playoff berth, and they'll most likely hold on to that third seed for the region. And that'll be huge coming into a debut year for 5A.
Absolutely.
As you know, you've seen many people not really think Chapin that high for entering 5A. They didn't think them, they might not be a contender. They might have a losing record. I don't see them athletically, going well. But honestly, throughout the season, volleyball and football, we've been showing that we can play with the top dogs.
Absolutely.
Going deep.
And going deep and a catch.
Ooh.
And just dropped.
Wow.
Wow. Wide open pass there. Just dropped.
He heard some footsteps maybe.
Yeah.
Got a little
Hey,
nervous.
that was Herndon on the pass. And it was just went away from the receiver. Let's see. I believe that was Olajuwon Wilson on the coverage who just slipped away from the
Looks like he might be a little winded. He's coming out after
Yeah.
having to sprint down that far.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Herndon with the handoff to Akeem Nichols.
Wow.
James Wells. What a tackle there. They're going to call him down with forward movement, though. Going to bring up 3rd down now.
Yeah, he might have got one if he was lucky on that one. I mean, again, you mentioned it. Some linebackers and various players are hurt, and we're just stepping right up like you haven't missed a beat on it. So I know young Drag, and his dad obviously is a coach still, and former player, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he played at Clemson.
Yeah, hard hitter, intense guy, which is what you need on defense.
And an interesting defensive call there for Chapin as they kind of blitzed in late. A flag is thrown. Herndon taken down, and a great tackle there. I believe that was Cooper Evans.
33 coming up. What's this flag's probably going to be on the offense here, don't you think?
I believe so, because it was thrown towards Lexington's side of the ball. But I think if it is a holding, I'm pretty sure Coach Gentry is going to decline that.
Yeah. Here we go. You're right. Good job, Hayden. Let's get him to punt and see what we can do here with about 6:07 left in the third. Home team down 7-3. But defense is keeping us in the game big time. So, Representative Huggins, you getting ready to step out? I know you've got some places to go. Well, thank you. You gonna let JC step in here? All right, so 4th down here. Lexington looks like that is a college type punt right there. Chapin calls for
and
fair
it's fumbled.
catch.
It's touched. It's touched by Lyles, and the ball's on the floor. Let's see. I think Wildcats may recover. I don't know who I saw on the.
Hayden, we did not need that. That's for sure. That was a booming punt.
Oh yeah, great punt by Allen there. Let's see.
Eagles might get lucky.
Eagles looking like they got it. Yep, and the official's gonna call it. That was it's a little scary there.
Yeah. Hayden, what year are you here at Chapin?
I'm a junior this year.
Junior, okay. And the crew over here behind the cameras, is it all juniors? Is it seniors?
I think it's varies. It's I think we have a freshman.
Okay.
And it's mainly sophomores and juniors. And we have, I believe, one senior, Pearson, right, coming down the stairs right now.
All right, okay.
He's our senior this year. And it's definitely gonna be different without him next year. He's our big stats man, and every week I got to give a shout out to Pearson. He's got all the stats we need for the week. And
He does a lot of the legwork coming into the game there.
I mean,
Stat man.
Yeah. He's
So-
just shocked me with how much stuff he can find within a week.
So now you don't have a spotter up here, do you? This is you having to figure it out. And
Yeah, this is we usually Monday after the game, if it's a home game, we just share a document and we just start looking up stats
that's
and
awesome.
start looking up facts about both teams and looking up. We have a, I guess you could call it trademark Uncle P's keys to the game.
There we go. Get ground game. Look at him. Look at the line moving. That's going to be close to the first down.
And yep, they're gonna move the chains, gonna bring up 1st and 10
So
for
this-
the Eagles.
JC, you want to chime in? You want to say something? Hayden will turn it on. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who's up here with us.
All right, I'm JC Valentine. I'm here with Hayden Skaggs and representing Nathan Valentine.
You can call me Dad. That's cool. You know Hayden?
Yeah.
Oh, you play lacrosse?
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. Okay, I put two and two together. JC's a freshman here this year, so.
And it's gonna be a little delayed handoff up the middle for the Eagles. Gonna be 2nd down and maybe a gain of 1.
So this is a chance here for a big drive to kind of make a statement here. I mean, bobbled the punt, recovered it, got it. What do we have it on, the 1, the 3, something like that?
Somewhere about that, yeah. It looked
Pin
like
hit.
almost earlier that it looked like it was gonna be a safety, but Padroni rolled out, and I believe he found Michael McNeil for the reception. It would later lead to a 1st down.
Got plenty of time. 4:18 left in the third.
Padroni's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to the right. He's trying to look for a man. He's going to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, it didn't.
He had nothing there.
Yeah, good coverage there by the Wildcat defense there in the secondary.
Yeah, it was. I think he was trying to look for Trey Lyles there, but he was covered pretty well by the secondary.
So what year is that quarterback?
Padroni this year, I believe, is a junior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, gotcha. Sounds good. I appreciate y'all letting me sit in. I like that. I wanted to major in journalism when I was coming through. We didn't have anything like this when I was in school, so we had a yearbook and newspaper, and that was it. If we had a video announcements, we were big time back there in the day.
Padroni's going to take the snap. It looks like it might be the same play type.
There he is.
And he's going to throw a pass.
He
Might
squeezed
have
that
been
in
caught.
there.
I think
Nice,
he did.
Nice grab.
What a catch, I think.
Going
That
out of
Jalen
bounds.
Thomas.
Got his feet down. Lexington had that pretty good coverage, I think, but just
I was surprised. Jalen Thomas hauled that in, and it's going to move the chains. Another 1st down for Chapin.
I'm feeling it, Hayden. This is a 90-something yard drive, maybe a 15-20 play drive. Let's see what happens.
This could be the drive to put Chapin back in the lead.
Might be JC sitting in over there. Hope that didn't cost Representative Huggins some votes. He's got a big election coming up here. So, y'all, if you're listening out there and you can vote, he's a great guy. He's represented Chapin for many years, and if you can find your heart to vote and send him back, that'd be greatly appreciated by our community.
Oh, and Padroni with a throw, going to be overthrown. I think it was intended for Gio Macaluso, number 19 on the Eagles. But Padroni was forced out of the pocket, and he was unfortunately had to throw that away.
Am I good for the whole quarter here, or you need me to head on out?
I mean, whenever you're ready to head out. Or
Okay. No, I'll get. I want to see what happens with this drive.
Yeah.
Then we'll head on out and we'll get JC's sister back home. And
Let's see what Padroni can do here. He's got 3 to his right. And it's
There it
caught
is.
pass by Lyles, and he's going to run up the middle.
another 1st down. Depends where they spot
Might be
that.
just short.
It's going to be close. Had blocking. He caught the ball. He waited on his blocks.
And let's see what they call here. See what the line judge has to say.
They're going to measure. It's that close.
And
Okay.
it looks like official timeout. Looks like they might bring out the chains.
So Hayden, do y'all have any sponsors that help y'all put this on, or who is it? Just all student run, or?
I think our big sponsor is Eagle Club,
Okay, yeah, good.
but I think that's about it.
Oh.
But other than that, yeah, I think it's Eagle Club, and
And is it every home game, or?
it's every home game. We try to do, I believe we had 2 originally scheduled away games, but it was Spring Valley and River Bluff. But Spring Valley, we had that during the Hurricane Florence, so that was called off. And River Bluff, we weren't able to end up doing that.
First down, Hayden.
So it's going to be a first down for the Eagles as they continue to pile through this drive, looking now to soon enter Wildcat territory.
3:09 left in the third, plenty of time. Pretty decent crowd tonight, considering the fair's in town. I know a lot of people probably got away for that.
Oh yeah, I definitely think this weekend before the fair wraps up for good for another year, I think the folks are trying to get in at least this weekend. And Padroni's on the keeper and met up immediately. A good tackle there. Number 71, Seth Butcher for the Wildcats, took down Padroni.
What you got?
So as we hit 2 minutes and 30 seconds before the end of the third, Chapin Eagles still trailing by 4 with a score of Chapin 3 and Lexington 7. 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Padroni's going to take the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to roll to his right.
Oh, he's got him deep middle.
And
He
he might have a man open. What a catch!
Look at that.
Are you kidding me?
Nice.
What a grab. I believe that was Jason Graves, but there's a flag down.
That doesn't bode well.
Might be coming back on the Eagles because it.
An eligible receiver. Man, somebody got off the line there. Takes away a big catch.
That was
awesome.
a huge catch. I think that was Jason Graves on the reception. But that's going to be getting called back. And that's what me and Pearson have talked earlier. You know, when the second half kicked off, I believe it was together totaled 9 penalties for 70 yards.
For both teams?
For both teams. Wow. 9 penalties just before the third quarter started.
So that's gonna be 2nd and 15. It looks like. See what they've got dialed up here. Get some of it
pump
back.
Fake. It's gonna be a blitz. Oh.
Well set up. Little screen.
And not good enough for the Eagles. However, Lexington immediately stops that quick little run.
He got a good chunk back. Still going to be about 3rd and 5, it looks like.
I believe number 41, Logan Kripe, led that tackle for the Wildcats.
Big play here. 1:33 left in the third. If the Eagles can keep it going, sets up for a great fourth quarter here.
Ever since towards the end of the first quarter, I've noticed Chapin has had a greater trend of converting on 3rd down rather than they have in the first quarter, where I believe they had 3 3-and-outs.
That's halftime adjustments there by the coaches. They see something.
Lexington bringing a blitz. I'm surprised they didn't call a flag on the holding for that. Oh, and they might. No flag on that. Looked like it almost was a horse collar.
It's going to be 4th and 2. It looks like they're coming up short. What the coach is going to do here? They're going to. Defense is playing well. I agree with this. Let's go ahead and punt it. See if we can pin them deep.
Padroni on the keeper there, just shy for the Eagles, and here comes Nelson to kick. And for the Wildcats, number 6, Coleman Van Kootren and Owen Kofer to return for the Wildcats. And no pressure on Nelson as he gets a great kick. They're calling for a fair catch. And it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. A great kick for Nelson puts it Lexington.
These guys are punting very well here.
Yeah, Nelson has been voted for one of the best Midlands kickers.
He showed it right there. Yeah. And if you can do that and play some good defense, you keep your offense in the game. Still a 1-score game.
He leads in punts per yards, I believe, for the Midlands as well. And also his competition is Tristan Allen, who plays for Lexington.
Okay.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, we got them both. So no wonder I'm seeing a lot of punting here I haven't seen before. So this isn't normally how it works when I'm out here when I see it. They don't kick it quite so far, but look at that.
And here comes Cal Herndon on the carry.
I mean, the Eagles are in the backfield every play almost.
It's amazing how quick they can rip through, and that's just that next man up, as you said. It's obviously paying off. You know, you got Kaim Christie, Justin Gooding. I mean, they are seniors, but they aren't starters. But they're coming up big for Chapin tonight, holding them. Although they're down, but they're only down by 4 rather than, I don't know, maybe 10 or 17. It's an easy comeback. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Your score here at Cecil Woolbright, Lexington 7 and Chapin 3.
Hayden, thank you so much. I've enjoyed my time here. Y'all got a first-class operation.
Oh, yeah.
Love to come back. Love to go to Miss Huckabee's class anytime. And best luck for you. I'll see you, I guess, on the lacrosse field later on. And good luck in your career, wherever you decide to do. But y'all got a blessing here. I don't know if anybody else has this in the Midlands, but if they do, they certainly aren't doing it as well as you guys. So thank you tonight, and let's hope this comes out the Eagles' way.
Thank you for coming.
And we are back here in the press box here, about to start this fourth quarter. It'll be second down for the Wildcats, ball on their own 19-yard line. We thank Nathan Valentine and Chip Huggins for joining us in the booth tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a privilege to talk to some very well-known men who are. I'm very glad that they're interested in what we do and what we provide, not just for Chapin, but for the whole country. If you're watching this from not even South Carolina, from another state, just the attention we grab, they've started to notice, and the amount of praise we get from not only them but just other teachers or other people who we interview. It's just incredible to see people are noticing that what we do here at CSPN.
Yep, and now it's third and 4. Herndon back to pass. He's getting some pressure.
Here comes Kirby. And it is up, and it caught. And a great catch by Nathan Baxley.
Great catch there. Herndon had so much time and ends up rolling back almost to his own end zone. And then I don't know what happened. There was a broken coverage in there, but Baxley made a great comeback route, and it's a first down Lexington. And a point that really has been, that we talked about all night, has been field position. And Chapin had an opportunity to force Lexington to punt it deep in their own territory, but now Lexington starting to take advantage of this field position game again.
And it's going to be a fake handoff, screen, and Baxley met immediately, but spins a tackle, taken down by Michael McNeil and Jake Watson.
Nathan Baxley. Only tackle number 4.
Yeah, first contact there was from Will Stogner there right at the line of scrimmage, but Baxley able to spin out and get about 3 yards there on play. Now it'll be 2nd and 7. Looks like Baxley lost his helmet at the end of that play as he was tackled by Michael McNeil. But now it'll be 2nd and 7 coming here for the Wildcats. Ball in their own 39.5-yard line.
See who the Wildcats can come up here. Got now entering under 11 minutes until the game is over. And again, winner takes a playoff berth. That'd be huge for both teams. Oh, multiple flags fly in.
I have no idea what the call is going to be. There's a bunch of people on both sides. So let's see what the call is.
Michael McNeil.
I have a feeling it might be a horse collar because I thought I saw a hand go in toward the pad of the Nicholas
face mask.
Face mask.
Man, costly penalty again for the Eagles. At a time where you really need to get the ball back in this game, man, just another costly penalty.
It's careless mistakes that cause this. I mean, it's a simple tackle around the waist, and that's all you need. You don't need to go high.
But the thing that's nice a bit about high school rules is that there still is the rule for 5-yard face masks compared to both NFL and college football switching to a 15-yard face mask. So that's huge that it was only a 5-yard penalty, but still a first down nonetheless. But big gain off the screen there by Baxley. Tackled down there by number 53, Jake Haim.
Nathan Baxley on the tackle number 53.
And see, it looks like a little bit chippy down there. As you see, every time you see a tackle now, Chapin's kind of standing over whoever they're tackling. There's a bit of anger coming through in this Chapin defense, which you like to see. You like to see a fire under them. They want to try to get this ball back and let Chapin try to score and win this game, but
you don't want to get too fired up because then that might cost you another penalty. A huge hole gets Nicholas up through the field. Michael McNeil with a tackle, but that's going to move the chains for Lexington. They're starting to get closer and closer to that end zone.
And I think the thing that I'm noticing for Chapin, they're honestly trying to strip the ball now. They want to force that turnover. You see Lexington try to play fast here, and that could cost Chapin. I mean, Chapin trying to stop against like a no-huddle offense, it looks like almost.
And Nicholas brought down immediately. Great read there by the secondary.
On the tackle, number 53.
And now be
Jake Hames again with the tackle.
And now it'll be second down coming up here for the Wildcats. Great ball about their own, looks like about the Chapin 28-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Looks like it might be an option. He's going to fake it, flag down.
I think it's going to be another hold on Lexington here. Another cost, and it wasn't even near the play. It looked like it was on the other side of the line. Another costly penalty in this game for either offense.
Yep, holding. Man.
I mean, that's been the theme of tonight's game. Lots of holding penalties.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That's huge for Lexington, but not in a good way.
Yeah, that's huge for Chapin, really. I mean, now they force Lexington in that. And the thing Lexington's really struggled with when they've been in like 2nd or 3rd and long situations all night.
They cannot convert.
They've struggled with converting it when it's been 2nd or 3rd down and long all night. So
Herndon with the screen play. Oh, and a little trickery.
They went for a hook and ladder. Great call. And
it's working, and they got the first down.
What a call there. And it was a hook and ladder there. And it's a first down coming up here for Lexington. Chapin was not prepared for this hook and ladder. And yeah, you see a slight hesitation there by Taylor Lehman and Justin Gooding, and that cost the Eagles right there. So 1st and 10 coming here for the Wildcats. Ball on the Chapin 15-yard line. And man, Chapin really needs to stop.
And Nicholas running up through the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Touchdown, Akeem Nicholas. His 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And Lexington takes a 13-3 lead.
And wow, that's definitely an exclamation mark. It's definitely what you would want to put up right now if you're wanting to start putting that nail in the coffin to seal up this win.
Chapin needs a big play next drive offensively. They've got to get some momentum going offensively this next drive. They got to score. And I think Chapin's done really well most this year, though, scoring in the 4th quarter. The 4th quarter has been the quarter for Chapin all year, so let's see if they can maybe mount another big 4th quarter.
And now to see what Chapin can brew up with 9 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the game.
And I don't know what the whole deal has been tonight for Chapin. It's kind of seemed a bit hesitant at times tonight, trying to move the ball.
And here now we got the kickoff going.
And yeah, we got a scoring update now from the White Knoll River Bluff game. White Knoll actually up right now against River Bluff, 13-10, and that has huge implications in this ball game because White Knoll could pull off the win. I mean, that'd be huge for if somehow Chapin can win this ball game and come back. White Knoll would be huge getting this win. That means River Bluff Lexington next week would turn into the game that decides who gets 3rd in the region, 3rd or 2nd in the region. Because if Chapin can somehow come back and win this game, then they will go up to 2nd in the region. White Knoll will get their first region win of the year and now have a tiebreaker over River Bluff. But White Knoll does have to go play at Dutch Fork next week in their season finale. So we'll keep you updated on the White Knoll River Bluff game because that has huge implications for this game.
And for both teams. And a great catch by Gio Macaluso, who goes out of bounds.
Number 19, Gio Macaluso.
Going to bring up 2nd about 3.
Yep. Forced out there by number 10 for the Wildcats. That is Owen Kofert. And it's gain of 7 there, and it'll be 2nd and 3 count here for the Eagles. Ball on their own 38-yard line. And Chapin's got to start moving. It's 8:59 left to go here in the 4th quarter, and they need points. I mean, I think you can say that they're still in this ball game because the way the defense has played all night, with the exception of 2 series, which have been created off Chapin mistakes. So, I mean.
Pedroni with the snap. He's going to roll to his right and try to go on the keeper. He stays up. And now he's going to throw it, and he's going to be outside.
Honestly, good throwaway there by Pedroni. Now it'll be 3rd and 3, and this is a 3rd and manageable call. I don't know. Chapin can go with a run here. They don't have but I think you can start to say this is maybe 4-down territory here for the Eagles right now in this ball
They
game.
could try to go for the hammer like they've done before.
I don't know if they'll go hammer on this call or if they'll just try maybe. I just think you maybe try to hand off here to Tyson Thomas, because Tyson Thomas has gotten a few carries tonight where he's broken a 5-10-yard run out. So I could see maybe hand off here, maybe an RPO coming up here.
And it's going to be a quarterback keeper, Roger Padroni. He's got room to run, and he sheds a tackle, and it's going to be a first down for Chapin.
Good call there, Padroni. I figured a run would get Lexington off guard because they've been used most of the night. Chapin has thrown on 3rd down, or called the hammer, but good call there. Padroni gets the quarterback keeper, 9-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the Eagles, ball in their own 47-yard line. If Chapin if they can get some points here, this definitely turns the momentum back to Chapin's favor.
Padroni, he's got time. He's going to look for Thomas. And no pass interference call.
Looked like there's a hold there on the side, but no call there. Thomas had his man beat, and looked like almost he was grabbing the jersey a bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Questionable no call there. I mean, he had inside leverage, and Padroni had him. It just looked like he got held back a bit. But I'm not the referee, so I can't make that call, but it looked close to a hold right there. But now it'll be 2nd and 10 for Chapin, ball in their own 47 with 8:26 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Lexington up 14-3 right now.
Padroni with the snap. He's going to roll, but met up immediately. Great play call by the Wildcats.
Looked like Hunter Deaton and Tyson Thomas kind of missed their block there. Looked like it was designed to pull there. It looks like they both kind of missed their block man, and now it's 3rd and 11 coming up here for Chapin. And a huge issue that we didn't really talk about at the beginning of this ball game. Chapin did punt a couple times last week where they needed to go for on 4th down. Let's see if that changes tonight, if they learned their lesson from last week.
See,
they need to get this first down right here.
The conversion would be huge. And right there, and a catch. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
What a catch by number 87, Xavier Short.
Coming up huge for Chapin. And now Chapin is in the red zone.
And he beat Lexington's best defensive back, Tristan Allen, there. And kind of looked like he mossed on him, I would say.
Yeah.
And now you're into the red zone. Huge play there by Xavier Short, the brother of Braden Short, one of the Eagles' best, probably one of the best defense players Chapin's had in recent times. Braden Short. But a huge play there by Xavier Short.
And it's going to be a fake handoff to Thomas. Padroni on the keeper. It's a short gain of about 1 yard.
I mean, Xavier Short, the man's a freshman too. You got to think about that. This man's got a lot of football ahead of him in his career. So, I mean, look at that. That catch was insane.
Huge play there by Short.
He won the jump ball against Allen, who on the year has 5 interceptions and is known for being a ball hawk specialist and getting those huge picks. But great throw by Padroni to find Short downfield, and man, what a catch.
And Lexington going to show some pressure. And he's going to throw it out of bounds. Going to bring on 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9 here.
Now here's the thing. They could get another field goal, go for 6.
I don't know what you do here for Chapin. I mean,
you're kind of in a tough spot here.
Because I don't know if you can get a 2-point conversion. I mean, maybe with the hammer you can get a 2-point conversion, but the thing is, though, you don't want to have to come down to it being a 2-point conversion that causes you to lose the ball game. So I wouldn't put it past Chapin to go for a field goal, but still I would.
Because, points are points.
Points are points, and this still be a 1-possession game.
And a huge sack.
Now I think you go for points.
Now, I definitely think now.
It's now the long.
Number 92 on the sack, Wyatt Hill. What a great play there by the Wildcats. And here comes the kicking unit. Alex Nelson coming out to hopefully make it 6 for Chapin.
And here's the bright side. There's really no bright side to a sack, but now the ball is like perfectly centered for Alex Nelson to kick it. So it's a 37-yard field goal with Nelson right in the middle of the field. So it isn't like he has to curl it from either hash. And his strength is just kicking straight on with power.
I don't know what's going on here.
Chapin's
and they're going to have to call a timeout. Now what Coach Gentry wants.
Yeah.
As you can see, the frustration from the sideline and the miscommunication with Seth Kirby.
Yeah, Seth Kirby and Tyson Thomas like that, a miscommunication there. And with 6:10 left to go here in the 4th quarter, Chapin is down 14-3 to the Lexington Wildcats. And I mean, I mean, I did say during the middle of the second quarter that first team that gets to 10 might win this ball game tonight, and Lexington was the first team to get to 10. But yeah, still 14-3 here, and Chapin on trying to hit a 37-yard field goal with Alex Nelson. And it is still 13-10 in the River Bluff White Knoll game with huge implications in the region as well. And Lapino will be on to hold. Nelson will be on to attempt the 37-yard field goal. Huge kick here for Alex Nelson, maybe one of the biggest of his career.
You definitely don't want to miss any field goals here. And they're going to try to block the kick. Oh, just close, but it gets through, and Chapin adds another 3.
Good kick there by Nelson, a 37-yard field goal, and it is 14-6. Huge points for Chapin.
So Chapin definitely has to roll the dice that they do manage to put up a touchdown within 6 minutes.
I think they can. The way Chapin's had a couple drives out where they've got down there, and a point we need to talk about earlier, first drive for Chapin, they end up getting down to the 28-yard line of Lexington that then had the 3rd and 40 eventually happen. So Chapin's able to move the ball at times tonight. Just penalties have cost them.
And that's same for Lexington as well. I mean, eventually, you know, they have found the end zone twice now, but earlier in the game they just could not manage to put in 6 due to a simple blocking call or a block in the back call or a holding call against them, and that ends up costing them big. But now Chapin's cut the lead from 14-3, now 14-6 with 6:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Definitely starting to become a nail biter here. Both teams desperately needing this win.
This will be a Bojangles kickoff.
But yeah, on a kick here is Nelson. Maybe an onside kick, maybe a bit early for that. I would say maybe a bit early, but maybe you'd be tempted to do it. But they would have done it when the ball was centered on its side, so I would assume not now.
And here's the boot from Nelson. Gonna go in back in the end zone, and it's gonna be a touchback.
1st and 10.
Lexington will start from their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up here.
So this is definitely where Chapin's defense needs to come up big if they want to come back. But if you're looking at Lexington, I'd definitely say if you put up another 7, I'd probably call that game.
Wow. So apparently, what I'm just getting word of right now is that River Bluff fumbled at the 1-yard line of White Knoll about to score, and White Knoll now has the ball back in the 4th quarter.
Definitely would be a big upset against River Bluff if White Knoll escaped with a win.
And that'd be huge for Chapin. I mean, that could give them 2nd place in the region and turn this game next week between Lexington and River Bluff into a play-in game.
That would be true. The winner, whether it be Lexington who takes 2nd or Chapin who takes 2nd, I think the loser still has a chance of getting in thanks to the upset win.
And the huge thing, if you're a Chapin fan, if Chapin wins this ball game, you'll be pulling for Lexington next week. Because even if River Bluff wins, they have the tiebreak over Chapin.
And a huge run here by Nicholas.
Huge run by Akeem Nicholas. Gets down past the 50-yard line.
Definitely big for Lexington now. That's just what they wanted to start out. And you can tell this Chapin defense is just exhausted.
I mean, Lexington has dominated time of possession all night. So, I mean, I think Chapin's defense is going to start getting exhausted, I think, late in this game. And it's 1st 10 Lexington ball in the Chapin 47. Chapin needs to get stopped now. They need it in a very big way.
It's going to be a fake handoff to Nicholas. And it's going to be Herndon on the run. He's going to throw it off to a screen. And number 88 on the reception.
Number 88 for Lexington there on the reception. That is William Crouch, who's been the favorite target of Cal Herndon tonight. And it'll be 2nd and 3 coming up here.
Crouch and Baxley, I think, have been definitely, I think, the only 2 main targets from Cal Herndon tonight. Baxley coming up huge earlier in the quarter.
The huge factor we need to talk about here is that Lexington, again, with a 2nd and short, and that's really been huge for them tonight. They've been in long situations. They've struggled at times.
And a flag's coming
I think
down.
it's gonna be a hold. You definitely, there was a tackle almost there by one of the O-linemen. That's gonna be, I think, another costly penalty. Man, that's gonna hurt. Yep, it's gonna be a hold against the Wildcats. Man, costly penalty again in this ball game. Man, now it'll be 2nd and 13 for Lexington. Ball at the 50 now. But yeah, 2nd and 13 coming up here for Lexington. Balling about there. Well, actually, 2nd and 14 since the spot foul is behind the actual line of scrimmage on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 14, balling their own 49-yard line again. Back into a long situation. That could cost Lexington.
Herndon with the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. And he tries to get, taken down, but just missed.
Tackled down there by a host of Eagles, led by number 4, Michael McNeil. And Giovanni Macaluso actually now playing defense. I mean, that says to the thing about Chapin's injuries right now. Now you see the psycho packages, they like to call it, coming in where they put in, looks like not really a defensive line. It's mostly, I think it's what really we should call a dime defense coming in here, where they put in a lot of DBs and just protect for the pass.
Here's Trey Lyles and James Wells on the defensive line.
Yeah, huge play coming up here. I wonder if Lexington's just going to run out the clock and then call a time. Nope, actually, they're going to try and get the snap up, but they're going to get off quick. They snap it with 1 second left on the play clock.
Oh, and Herndon just tugs a tackle, but trips up.
James Wells with a huge trip up there, and now I'm interested to see what the call is here.
And looks like we might have an injured player.
Yep, number 79 for the Wildcats. That is Weston Harmon, the injured Wildcat, and he's clutching his arm, it looks like, there. But now, this is an interesting call here for Lexington. I assume you'd punt it away because it's 4th and 6, and if you don't get it, Chapin gets great field position with the ball, but you might try for the kill shot here. You might try, get the first down, try to put this game on ice.
It looks like
huge 4th down cut here for Chapin. They got to get another stop.
You know, last time.
Look at how they're moving around that line. They're trying to tempt the Lexington line to move almost, kind of. I think they might just try to call for a delay of game here, and then they're going to call a timeout.
With
I think that's a good call from Lexington. I think they were just trying to draw Chapin off sides. And
they're also trying to take off some clock, too, and then I think they might just punt it now.
They might just punt it. I mean, the way your defense has played all night, I would punt it away, really. Because if you don't get this, Chapin gets great field position with 2:57 left to go and 2 timeouts. That's plenty of time for Chapin to score and possibly tie this ball game. So this is, if I was Lexington, I would try to punt it away right here. But we do not know what Perry Woolbright and that Lexington coaching staff will call here. So 4th and 6 coming up here for Lexington. Ball on the Chapin 43-yard line. Let's see what the call is going to be.
I think they might go for the punt. Yeah, here comes Tristan Allen.
Yeah, I think it's a safe call for Lexington. I mean,
that was a good call by the coaching staff. Just
trying to draw Chapin off sides.
Yeah.
And run down that clock. I mean, that's a safe call.
Because now you're working with Chapin's only got work with 3 minutes on the game clock.
And 2 timeouts.
And 2 timeouts, and they've got to somehow drive it down and get a 2-point conversion if they score.
I would watch for a fake, though, too, maybe here.
That's definitely something to consider. No, they're going to punt it.
That's a high punt.
As Gio Macaluso called a fair catch. Wow.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got it.
Nope, touchback. They're going to give the touchback to the Eagles. I thought he got it too, but
that would have been a huge punt by Allen.
But I think the ruling is that the ball crosses the plane in the high school league. That means it's going to be a touchback. So Chapin will actually get the ball at the 20 now. So instead of pinning them deep, Chapin will get the ball at their 20. So maybe the punt may come back to cost Lexington a bit almost. But Chapin with 2:47 left to go has to get 80 yards to score a touchdown to possibly tie this ball game up after a 2-point conversion and a touchdown.
Pedroni looking back. He's got pressure. finds Thomas. Thomas with a decent gain.
Thomas gets about 2 or 3 yards there on the screen.
Thomas on the tackle, number 77.
Yeah, he got tackled there by one of the Lexington D linemen who read the screen actually very well and was able to stop him after a 3-yard gain. So 2nd and 7 come up here for the Eagles, ball on their own 23-yard line with 2:25 left to go here in the 4th quarter.
Droney with the snap. Lexington with the pressure.
Oh,
and a
gosh.
huge
He
sack.
ran into actually a Lexington D lineman. It looks like they brought the house there. Looks like they brought 6 there. Sacked there by number 27, Levi Galassa, who's just been phenomenal tonight for this and has led this Lexington defense all night. And man, dire straits coming here for Chapin. 3rd and 17 here, and they got to get the first down. If they don't get first down, it's ball game here.
It's 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Chapin has to convert.
They go to short.
And short is just going to come up short for the Eagles.
I mean, the huge thing is you got yards, so now it's a 4th and 8 rather than a 4th and 17, but
I think that
Chapin's going to call a timeout here, decide what they want to call here with 1 minute and 28 left to go here. 14-6, and Chapin uses over a minute off the clock, and they got 2 yards. I mean, that's got to hurt.
I think, honestly, if you punt it, that's game.
They got to go for it.
I mean, you got to go for it.
There's no other option. You got to go for it.
And if you lose it, it's not too bad because I mean you're already down. This is kind of a you got to risk it if you want to have a chance at coming back.
And man, this is a huge play coming here for Chapin. I mean, if Lexington gets the stop and that turns into next week's Lexington River Bluff game, pretty much into who's going to get 2nd and 3rd in the region.
Yeah, this has definitely been an interesting year for 5A Region 5.
And
I mean, you know, obviously
we might have a 3-way tie actually. To be honestly, here's the thing: if White Knoll beats River Bluff and River Bluff loses next week to Lexington, then it turns into a 3-way tie for 3, 4, and 5. And since Chapin is the winner over White Knoll, and White Knoll would have a win potentially over River Bluff tonight, Chapin honestly might still have 3rd in this region. It's a really interesting scenario. Could turn into a 3-way tie. Got it! No!
And a huge
defenseless receiver, I think, almost.
And a huge head-to-head collision there as Tyson Thomas gets up, but Lexington defensive back, slow to give up. He eventually does get up.
Man, that was almost helmet to helmet. That was almost just, he led Thomas into that hit, big hit, and Lexington gets the ball back with 1 minute 21 left to go.
I think that
Chapin's only got 1 timeout, so I think this game's about to be put on ice by Lexington, and Chapin will move to 4-4 on the year, 1-3 in region play with a loss tonight, and Lexington will move to 5-3, 2-1 in region play, turning into a big showdown next week against River Bluff, while Chapin has their senior night next week against Nations Ford.
And I believe they have one more game after that. Is that right? Or is that their
Spring Valley has not. We do not have an idea if Spring Valley will play again. Will play Chapin, depending on on how their region finishes is going to be what happens with that game.
That's also true
because they're also fighting for a tiebreaker in that region.
And a huge stop against Nicholas there by James Wells. So we now enter.
Only carry number 28.
So we now enter 1 minute. Or the clock's now stopped. I think Chapin's taking their final
1 minute
timeout.
and 13 seconds left to go. So I'm trying to think time-wise. I think Chapin does not have enough time to run to get the ball back. So
I think honestly, that last drive, that was probably the nail in the coffin. Lexington looking to take that 2nd place in the region.
And now all Chapin really has to hope. Here's the hope for Chapin. They have to hope that White Knoll pulls off the win tonight and that Lexington beats River Bluff next week. That's the only way I think Chapin will get into the 3rd seed and then have to potentially wait on that at-large bid. But you also don't hope that maybe the tiebreakers turn into Chapin finishing in 5th either. So, I mean, and being completely out of the playoffs. So, I mean, the huge thing you got to hope for at Chapin is that River Bluff loses their last 2 games tonight. And then White Knoll would have the tiebreaker, but Chapin would have the tiebreaker over White Knoll because they beat them. Because White Knoll, that'd be their first region win. Lexington has beaten White Knoll already this year.
And Nicholas runs over a defender.
I think he just got first down. That's definitely good. Yep, he's running.
And he's
still going.
Still going.
And that's going to be our ball game here, folks. As they get a first down and finish off this ball game. And Lexington's going to beat Chapin like 14-6 with a minute left to go. And man, and now Lexington will move to 5-3 again, as we said. I'm trying to get an update right now on this River Bluff White Knoll game before we head out tonight, because we can find a huge update.
Herndon kind of confused about what the play call's going.
I'd assume he's just going to take a knee here.
Or you better snap the ball. He's got 2 seconds. So
yeah, I'm just going to take a knee. You see most of this in high schools that you don't see many quarterbacks going under center anymore for a kneel down, because most of these high school quarterbacks are used to just playing shotgun the whole time.
And yep, here we
but
go
that's
as
gonna
we
be
hit 20 seconds.
And the play clock's actually behind the game clock, and that's going to be our ball game, folks.
So your final score looking to be 14 to Lexington, and Chapin 6. Chapin falling short. Lexington now taking second in the region. So Lexington now officially getting that playoff berth. Chapin now hoping for a miracle.
And, well, just received word, River Bluff has just scored with a big touchdown run from Braden Walker. So last update we have right now is 6:26 left to go in the fourth quarter. River Bluff's up 17-13, and Chapin, you got to be big White Knoll fans right now, hoping they could win and then be big Lexington fans next week to try and hope.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for Chapin, they got to focus now next week, because that game next week honestly could also be an at-large bid, possibly on the line, because with Nations Ford being a 5A team, they will have that 5A matchup that could help strengthen their record and give them a shot to get that at-large bid first round playoffs.
And I haven't heard much about Nations Ford this year. How do you have
Nations
any stats
Ford,
on them?
I've heard they've struggled a bunch in that region. I can look it up right now. Their official region record. Most of that region's just been. I heard the region that region's just had some problems this year with a lot of their teams. But I will officially look up the standings right now.
Because it's definitely going to take.
Because they are 4-4 right now in the year.
And I believe Chapin is now 4-3.
Chapin is 4-4.
Oh, Chapin is 4-4 as well.
And Rock Hill currently is up on Nations Ford, as they get Rock Hill this week, and then they get us next week. Nation Ford has played Northwestern tough, and that has been the toughest game for Dutch Fork this year. So if that maybe gives you a little implication. But overall in that region, Nation Ford actually is third in that region behind both Rock Hill and Northwestern. And the thing is, Northwestern's non-region schedule is so tough every year that usually if they can dominate in their region, they can still get a good playoff berth.
So that's going to conclude it for this week's broadcast. Chapin falling short to Lexington 14-6. Lexington getting the playoff berth for this year's 5A SCHSL playoffs. And Chapin now hoping for a miracle. Definitely want to be, as Pearson said earlier, definitely want to be White Knoll fans tonight, hoping they get the upset against River Bluff, and then hoping that River Bluff loses to Lexington. And that would then, and also having Chapin win against Nations Ford here next week.
Get us to over 500 record.
And maybe have the committee definitely take a look at Chapin, see if we can get the at-large bid for a playoff. And that would definitely be huge for us being first year at 5A. Definitely be something to prove. So we definitely here at Chapin, we don't want to see the season end so soon.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the thing. This would be the first time, I think, in 6 or 7 years Chapin has not made the playoffs. I think this would be only the first, this may be even the first time for Coach Gentry not making the playoffs since he's been at Chapin. But, I mean, apparently I think Chapin is going to have to share that at-large bid with any team that's fourth in every region, I think, except, I don't know exactly which regions they will have to share that bid with. I'm trying to figure out. I think it's Region 8 and Region 6 they have to share that bid with. So, man, this is going to be...
Definitely have to pull some strings for Chapin if they want to. It's going to have to take some miracle for Chapin if They got to win out, and they've got to have other teams win against other teams, and it's definitely got to take a lot if Chapin's going to make it this year.
But as we sign off tonight, we thank you for joining us. Join us next week for Chapin versus Nations Ford. It will be senior night, and will most likely be the last home game for a lot of these Chapin football seniors.
As well as our senior here, Pearson Wiley. It's definitely going to be an emotional one, as we hate to lose him, as Pearson will pass the torch on to me next year, as I will be a senior, and then I will pass the torch on, therefore.
We'll have a torch passing ceremony next week. But as we sign off tonight, we thank you for watching. Thank you to all our military that has joined in and watched tonight. We appreciate you joining us for Military Appreciation Night here at Cecil Woolbright Field. And as a reminder, always, we love swimming.